Sound the klaxon. There's exactly 1 month to go until the UK votes on its membership of the European Union, and the battle for Britain's future is getting serious. Today, the big guns on the Remain side were firing with ammo from the Treasury, who warned that leaving the EU would plunge the country into another recession.
This could be, for the first time in history, a recession brought on ourselves. As I stand here in B&Q, it would be a DIY recession.
This is what happens if Britain leaves. The economy shrinks, the value of the pound falls, inflation rises, unemployment rises, real wages are hit, so too are house prices, and as a result, government borrowing goes up. Within 2 years, at least 500,000 jobs would be lost.
So, is it just spin, or will that stark warning gain some traction? On his visit to York today, former London Mayor Boris Johnson did his best to stop it in its tracks.
We're taking back control. I think that they're rattled on the Remain side of the campaign because they're putting out more propaganda than we've seen at any time since 1992, when they said that we couldn't leave the European exchange rate mechanism. Do you remember that? Yes. And what happened? It was a liberation for this economy.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the Leave campaign, UKIP's Nigel Farage was in Dagenham, where he described the Treasury report as irresponsible.
I think it's pretty disgraceful the way voters are being bullied. I mean, Project Fear has now become Project Threat. But I think people are used to listening to politicians not telling the truth.
But while attacks from Boris and Farage were to be expected, David Cameron took a hit from a more unlikely source today, his own former Director of Strategy and close friend, Steve Hilton. In a newspaper article, he claimed establishment stooges were being wheeled out to attempt to persuade us to stay, arguing that the European Union makes Britain ungovernable. And so the referendum campaign enters its final weeks, and the Brexit bluster continues on both sides. But what voters make of it all, we'll find out in 1 month's time.
Engine ignition. Lift off.
If you don't represent women in politics,